Hi, good morning, my dear students. In the last class, we have discussed the basic properties of charge, like charges are additive in nature and charges are quantized and charges of conservation. In your lower classes already we have studied the basic properties of charges, like there are two types of charges, positive and negative. Like charges are repel and unlike charges are attract each other, and charge at rest produce only electric field, like this. Various properties of charge already we have studied in your lower classes. And next concept of your topic is Coulomb's law. Here in 1785, the French physicist Charles Coulomb experimentally measured the electric forces between small charge spheres by using a torsion balance. Here, he observed in the form of Coulomb's law, which is electrically analog of Newton's law of universal gravitation in mechanics. In first PUC, you have studied the laws of gravitation or universal law of gravitation. In that universal law of gravitation, by using two masses, the force of attraction between the two bodies is directly proportional to product of their masses and inversely proportional to square of distance between them. Already you have studied in your first PUC. But here in this class I am going to discuss about the Coulomb's law in electrostatic. Here it states that the electrostatic force of attraction or repulsion, electrostatic force of attraction or repulsion between 2-point charges is directly proportional to the product of the magnitudes of charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them, and acts along the line joining the two charges. Yeah, this is the statement of Coulomb's law. It looks like the universal law of gravitation, but in case of universal law of gravitation we use the two bodies of masses, but here we are using 2-point charges. Here in this diagram we are using here the Q1 and Q2 are the 2-point charges. The electrostatic force of attraction between these 2-point charges, this is Q1 and Q2. Here I consider this is the positive charge and negative charge. Here the unlike charges are attract each other. The force of attraction between these 2-point charges is force of attraction. But here I have considered these 2-point charges. This is also positively charged particle and this is also positively charged particle. In this case, this is the force of repulsion. According to this statement, the electrostatic force of attraction or repulsion between 2-point charges, here these are the 2-point charges. This is the force of attraction or repulsion. These are also 2-point charges, is directly proportional to the magnitude of their charges and inversely proportional to square of distance between them. Here the Q1 and Q2 are the 2-point charges. Consider these are the 2-point charges. These 2-point charges are separated by a small distance r. Here also the separated by a small distance r. The force is directly proportional to product of their magnitude of the charges. Q1 and Q2 are the magnitude of the charges and inversely proportional to square of distance between them. If the distance is increases, the force is also here directly proportional and inversely proportional, means F is directly proportional to Q and inversely proportional to R. But here square of distance between them, F is directly proportional to Q1 and Q2, inversely proportional to 1 by R square, means directly proportional to magnitude of the charges and inversely proportional to square of distance between them. When you are combining these two equations, you get F is proportional to the Q1 Q2 divided by R square, or F is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R square. This is the constant of proportionality K. Here where the constant of proportionality, the value of this constant of proportionality is 9 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Suppose if you are writing this equation in the SI system or in air medium, here it depends on the medium, F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square. Here 4 pi, it's a constant value, 22 divided by 7. But here the new term, this symbol is read as epsilon naught. Here its meaning is permittivity of free space. F is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square, where q1 and q2 are the 2-point charges. R is the distance between the 2-point charges. This is known as Coulomb's law in electrostatics. Next, if the 2-point charges are kept in a medium other than air. In case of air, you write this equation, F is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square. But if the 2-point charges are kept in a medium other than air, then you write this equation, F is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon q1 q2 divided by r square. Suppose you write this equation in vector form. Here consider these are the two positively charged point charges. These 2-point charges are separated by a small distance r. Here, due to the property of charges, here these are the two positively point charges. They are like charges. Here the like charges are repel each other. Like charges are repel each other. In this diagram, consider two positive point charges q1 and q2 placed in a vacuum at a distance r from each other. They are repel each other. Now we are going to, from using this diagram, write the equation in vector form. Here in vector form, Coulomb's law may be expressed in terms as force on a charge q2 due to a q1. Here force on a charge q2 due to a q1 is given by vector F21 is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square into unit vector r cap. 2 to 1 means here vector pointing from q1 to q2. Vector pointing from q1 to q2. Suppose write the Coulomb's law. It means only F is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square. Suppose in your examination they are asking write the Coulomb's law in vector form. Now you can write vector F21 is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square 2 to 1 into unit vector or r cap 2 to 1. Here 2 to 1 it indicates vector pointing from q1 to q2. Here what is the importance of this vector form? This means that the two charges exert equal and opposite forces on each other. So Coulombian forces obey Newton's third law of motion, and as the Coulombian forces act along F21 or F12 along the line joining the centers of two charges, so they are central forces. Next, now we are going to study the SI unit of charge and what amount of force is exists between the 2-point charges. Here, this is the unit to positive charge. The SI unit of charge is Coulomb. From using the Coulomb's law equation, that is F is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square. Suppose we consider q1 and q2 are the 1 coulomb. q1 and q2 2-point charges. The quantity of that charge is 1 coulomb and the distance between that 2-point charges is 1 meter, and 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught value, that is the constant value, 9 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton meter square per coulomb square. Then that equation becomes F is equal to 9 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton. The SI unit of charge is coulomb. What is the SI unit of charge? That is coulomb. Suppose define the SI unit of charge. Define the SI unit of charge means define coulomb. The definition of coulomb is 1 coulomb is that the charge which when placed in air or vacuum. Suppose if you consider 2-point charges in case of air or vacuum at a distance of 1 meter from another. The distance between 2-point charges Q1 and Q2, the distance between that 2-point charges is 1 meter from another, equal and similar charge repels it with a force of 9 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton. Suppose if you consider two positively point charges with a quantity of 1 coulomb at a distance of 1 meter, that 2-point charges are repelled with each other with a force of 9 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton. This is known as the definition of Coulomb. The definition of Coulomb is 1 coulomb is that the charge which when placed in air or vacuum at a distance of 1 meter from another equal and similar charge. Here this is very important, similar charge, not opposite charge. It repels with a force of 9 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton. Here, smaller units of charge. Charge can be measured in terms of various units. First one, 1 millicoulomb. It is equal to 10 to the power of minus 3 coulomb. And second point, 1 microcoulomb. It is equal to 10 to the power of 6 coulomb or minus 6 coulomb. And third point, 1 nanocoulomb. It is equal to 10 to the power of minus 9 coulomb. And fourth point, 1 picocoulomb is equal to 10 to the power of minus 12 coulomb. Charge, it may be expressed in terms of millicoulomb, microcoulomb, nanocoulomb, picocoulomb. Milli means 10 to the power of minus 3, micro means 10 to the power of minus 6, nano means 10 to the power of minus 9, pico means 10 to the power of minus. Okay. Next concept is to show that epsilon R, that means dielectric constant or relative permeability, is equal to K is equal to F air divided by F medium, where the symbols have their usual meanings. To show that epsilon R is equal to K equal to F air divided by F medium. Here, when two charges are placed in any medium other than air, the force between them is greatly affected. Permittivity. Permittivity means it is the property of that medium which determines the electric force between two charges situated in that medium. Permittivity means it is a property of the medium which determines the electric force between two charges situated in that medium. Here, electric force between two charges Q1 and Q2 separated by distance r in air or vacuum is given by, that is Coulomb's law. F in air, force of attraction between the 2-point charges in air is 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by r square, that is equation number 1. But now consider that electric force between the same charges kept at the same distance in a medium of dielectric constant. In a medium of dielectric constant, that is epsilon r is given by, dielectric constant means it is the ratio of dielectric constant, or it is also called relative permittivity. It is the ratio of permittivity of the medium to the permittivity of the free space. In this case, electric force between the same charges kept at the same distance in a medium of dielectric constant epsilon r is given by, in terms of medium you can write this equation 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into epsilon r. This is the new term, epsilon naught and epsilon r. Epsilon naught means it is the permittivity of the free space. Epsilon r means it is the relative permittivity or dielectric constant. Dielectric constant. F medium is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into epsilon r into Q1 Q2 divided by r square. Epsilon naught means permittivity of the free space. Epsilon r means that is the relative permittivity or dielectric constant. Here, permittivity means it is the property of that medium which determines the electric force between two charges situated in that medium. Now, dividing equation 1 by 2, you get epsilon r is equal to F air divided by F medium, force of attraction between the 2-point charges in air or vacuum divided by force of attraction between the same two charges kept at the same distance in a medium of dielectric constant, that is F medium. Here epsilon naught means permittivity of the free space, epsilon r means dielectric constant, or it is relative permittivity. Here dielectric constant or relative permeability, it can be expressed in terms of mathematical symbol epsilon r is equal to F air divided by F medium. The definition of the relative permeability or relative permittivity, it is defined as the ratio of permittivity of the medium to the permittivity of the free space. This is the definition of relative permittivity, or it is also called dielectric constant of a medium. There are certain limitations for this Coulomb's law. It is applicable to, or it is applied to charges or rest only. Suppose the charge it is in motion, it does not applicable for that concept. It is applicable only when the charge is at rest. And the second limitation is Coulomb's law in electrostatic is not valid if r is less than 10 to the power of minus 15 meters. Suppose if you consider the distance between the 2-point charges is less than 10 to the power of minus 15 meter, this law is not applicable because the size of the charged particle or the size of the nucleus is 10 to the power of minus 15 meter, and this law is applicable only for the size of the greater than that nucleus. Okay, my dear students, in this class we have studied the important concept, the Coulomb's law and its equation and the vector form of that Coulomb's law, relative permeability or dielectric constant, limitations of Coulomb's law. Okay, thank you.